Welcome to the Mother's Day edition. It is easy to know when Mother's Day is coming around because you start seeing all of the ads and all of the commercials, and they're depicting mom having so much fun with the kids and having breakfast in bed and all these other things. The reality is, if you're a mom like me, you know that motherhood is a lifetime commitment and it's filled with moments of happiness, of course, moments of wins, but it's also filled with moments of loss, moments of frustration, moments of illness, disappointment, moments of fear, and moments where you don't know what's going to come next. And all of these moments could happen easily within a 24-hour period. So, welcome to motherhood. As a young mom, I remember being afraid that I was not going to be good enough, smart enough, nurturing enough. I asked myself many times, how am I going to know what to do? Who's going to tell me? Obviously, there isn't a manual for being a mom, so am I going to get this right? I didn't have a lot financially, and I felt that I even had less emotionally. Life had changed though, and now I had someone to rely on me for everything, when the reality was that I wasn't sure if I could even rely on myself. I remember laying in the hospital bed after giving birth, and a very nice nurse came in with the paperwork. Lots of paper. And of course, this was a time before iPads were used in the hospitals, so paper and pen it was. And as I completed the paperwork, the very nice nurse started asking me about my feelings as a new mom. She knew that I was young, I was inexperienced. She was there during the delivery, so she knew this was my first child. And I cannot remember all that we talked about, but I do remember an experience that she shared with me. And that just has stayed with me throughout all of my years as a mother. So she told me about what happened after her grandson came home from the hospital. And she said that one day the baby was inconsolable. He had been fed, he had been changed, he had taken his nap, but he wouldn't stop crying. They would put him in the crib, he would cry. They would pick him up, he would cry. There was nothing physically, nothing medically wrong with him. So they were at a loss. The baby just kept on crying and there was something wrong. Not knowing what else to do, she decided, well, let's just strip him. Let's see if maybe there's something poking him or prodding him. Maybe the tag that is so uncomfortable in the back of the shirts, maybe that's making him uncomfortable. But you know what? She had the right idea because when she stripped him, in his little pinky toe, there was a piece of thread wrapped around it, and his pinky toe was pinkish and purplish. That was the problem. It was cutting off the circulation. It was making the baby uncomfortable. And so the baby was trying to communicate, look, there is a problem. And crying was the only way that the baby knew how to do this. And so they take off that little piece of thread. They redress the baby, wrap him in his blankets. He gives one final cry and off to sleep he goes. That story captivated me. For a second, though, I'm not going to lie, it also made me more scared. How am I going to know where to look when the baby's uncomfortable? How am I going to know where to find those threads? How am I going to know what to do? It was something that I struggled with as a young mom. And I can tell you, since their birth, my kids have faced many, many inconsolable moments. They faced their first falls, heartbreaks, rejection, illnesses, and all those growing up moments of helplessness and disappointment that we all have to go through. As a mom, it has always been my goal to find the thread that's wrapped around that little pinky toe. I haven't always been successful. I haven't always delved through all the layers to find every single thread. Many times, I probably even missed the real problem in their lives. But I can tell you what, every single time I have been there, I have stood by them to help them through. Sometimes I had to coddle, sometimes I bandaged, other times I had to fix their hurts. There's times that I had to pick them up, prop them up, and kind of push them forward. At all and every single time, I have held their hand been there to help them wipe their tears, and I have heard their cries. I have cried with them tears of joy, and I have cried with them tears of sadness. So today, when I celebrate Mother's Day, it's a great celebration for me. It's a celebration of accomplishment. I celebrate Mother's Day as a mother of a married son and a young lady who is blossoming. And I can say that for everything that we've been through, for all of our fears and all of my fears as a mom, motherhood is definitely worth it. Was I always perfect? Like I said, no, absolutely not. But I was present. So, to you, mom, you who are listening to this today, through all of the messiness of motherhood and all the happy moments, I want to tell you, you're enough. And with God, you are more than enough. God has given us a very unique blessing to be able to carry life and to bring life into this world and empowering that life to succeed. And as moms, we got a front row seat to watch that happen. If you're a young mom starting out, you've got this. You'll be fine. If you're a mom like me with young adult children, you've made it through some of the harder times. Congratulations. Now it's time for us to give back. And Paul encourages us in 1 Timothy 5:2 to do that very thing, to help those that are starting the race that we have already run. Remember that we have the opportunity to help someone else just as we've been helped, to give back, to empower them, to be there through their fears, and to help them through. So this Mother's Day, I want to wish you the best Mother's Day ever. Remember, you're more than enough, and remember, you've got this.